Um, are you serious? I mean, you got me bugging right now, dude. I mean, are you serious right now? Emmanuel Hall, wide receiver from Missouri, goes undrafted in the entire 2019 NFL draft. Now, what the hell is going on? This is a guy that I pegged as a sleeper wide receiver that I honestly thought would be like a fourth, fifth, sixth round pick. And he goes undrafted. No one even took a chance on him. I mean, I don't understand how this happens. I mean, granted, Emmanuel Hall never had more than 1,000-yard receiving season at Missouri, and in fact, the most games he played was as a junior when he played 10 games. So I mean, he hasn't been the best at staying on the field, and he hasn't put together 1,000-yard season. But when you look at the kind of profile an Emmanuel Hall presents, first of all, via playerprofiler.com, 35.7% college dominator rating, which is good for 69th percentile, measures the amount of receiving yards and touchdowns he accumulated in comparison to the rest of his teammates. Yards per reception in college, 22.4 yards per reception. I mean, that's 97th percentile among draft prospects. That indicates he's a real deep threat, and it's even more evident when you look at how he did in his combine. I mean, 4.39 40 time, 95th percentile, and his jumping, his vertical jump, long jump. I mean, he showed a lot of burst with those scores as well. I mean, I just don't understand this. Granted, okay, I understand he's not a day one guy. Hell, maybe not a day two guy, but the fact that this guy was not drafted on day three has got me scratching my head and bugging because I just don't understand this. I mean, last year, you had players like DJ Chark getting drafted relatively early, and then the following year, you got someone like an Emmanuel Hall that goes undrafted. I mean, for his 40 time and his jumping alone, he should be drafted. I mean, but I just don't get this. I'd like to see, obviously my favorite team, the Rams, scoop him up as an undrafted free agent at this point because, I mean, for this guy not to be drafted when he's clearly got potential and speed and jumping ability. I mean, worst case scenario, this guy can be a one-dimensional deep threat in the NFL. But that's still worth something. That's worth something on a roster where there's some teams in the NFL that don't have a legitimate deep threat. They don't have a speedster that can get downfield and catch those bombs. This guy can do it. And he's 6'2", over 200 pounds. I mean, it's not like he's some small guy. He can get down the field. He can win a jump ball contest against somebody and make a big play. Now, granted, Emmanuel Hall, not the best hands, but again, we're talking about a guy that was sitting there available in the 7th round, and no one pulled the trigger on him. I don't understand it, guys, but hey, this just goes to show you once you get to the undrafted free agents, you can mine some guys that have potential, and I'm gonna be looking into who signs Emmanuel Hall after the draft. Stay tuned.